2/3 of Americans are at risk to experience blackout. You could be one of them, sitting in the dark and cold for hours, for days, maybe even weeks. Are you ready to protect your family? You could be with Patriot Power Solar Generator 2000X. Folks say this new solar generator from 4Patriots is worth its weight in gold. Why? Because this generator has double the capacity and is expandable so you can run the big appliances like your fridge even longer. Or other devices like an electric blanket, microwave, RV air conditioner, or even an electric wheelchair. You also get 12 outlets, including 4 AC outlets, so you can power more devices at once, and 2 USB-C outlets, which can charge your phone 20 times faster than a regular plug. Best of all, this new solar generator is fume-free, safe to use inside, and never needs gas, ever. Over 150,000 Americans trust Patriot Power generators. Go to 4patriots.com/VTTGW to get your solar generator now. You'll even get a solar panel included free.
Hey, what's up, Mental Health Nation? Hope everybody's doing good today. If I sound a little echoey, I have to admit something. So, my neighbors downstairs are PCSing. They didn't have any loaner furniture at the place, so I gave them my couch that was in my office. So I didn't realize how much it made it so much more echoey. So just have to bear with me and go with it. It's all okay. So anyway, I hope everybody's having a great Wednesday. Hope you're super excited for the show today. Co-host Lynn, she won't be on. She's heading out to the campgrounds to be camping. So we'll have to wait another week to find out if she's going to be ducked or not. We saw her, she bought that new Jeep. The big thing is to, put the rubber ducks on them. So that's okay. But one co-host is gone. So I got Bull here. He's going to help me co-host today. If you remember him from the video I made on my mental health breaks. So that's super exciting. But hey, before we jump into it, just remember you got the QR code up there on the left for Reefs Across America. It's amazing what they do with insuring those reefs. They put on the grave sites. You can QR code that. You can donate. I think it's like $5 to donate. I am still part of Arlington Cemetery, so that's where it goes. But if they oversell Arlington, then obviously they go out all across the nation. If there is any cemeteries that are short, and it is tax deductible. As you know, Reach Across America Radio also replays my podcast at Fridays at 8 p.m. and Sundays at 10 p.m. Super easy to find. Just download your favorite app, whether it's iHeartRadio app, the TuneIn app, or the Odyssey app. Search for Reach to find Reach Across America Radio, and you'll find not only my great podcast, but all the other great podcasts and music that they play there. So it's not just podcasts, they play music, and so it's just really awesome. I'm super excited to be a part of them. And if you saw in the beginning, there's been a lot of bad storms going on. 4patriots.com, go out there and get your generator, get your survival food, because you just never know when a natural disaster is going to happen. We've had a lot of earthquakes here lately, here in Italy and in Nepal. And a little bit unnerving, because I can see Mount Vesuvius out my window. If it's daylight right now, you can see it too. I could just flip my camera around. But I was assured by my friend Pepe that it's just the normal earthquake season. And Bull says, yeah, it's the earthquake season. Don't worry about it. Don't be a triggered pansy. That's right. I got my Don't Be a Trigger Pansy shirt on. You go out to VTT.com and get all of our great merch out there and everything. So it's going to be, you never know. I got my Mental Health Warrior book still out for sale. You can get that on my website at cliffordbauman.com. And it'd be great, buy the book, whatever. I made an announcement last week about going to the Emmy Awards in DC on June 22nd. I'm super excited about that and humbled to have something like that, because never in my life would I ever think that anything like that would happen. My friend Pepe, I told him about it, and he was super excited. So we went to an Italian suit store last week, or actually yesterday. And so I got me a nice Italian suit. They have to tailor it. Because I'm a little bit big in the chest, working out in my legs. So they're going to tailor the jacket and the pants. And I think it's going to look good. Let me see. I'll pull a picture up. Show you guys. Now, this is the not tailored version. So after it's tailored, I'm sure it'll look a little bit better. But I'm going to be sporting a bow tie with it. So I think that looks pretty good. So super excited. So that's what I'm going to wear to the Emmys. So you can be sure to live stream it. I'll post that on all my social media and how you can live stream that. And I'll start doing more postings about it. But this week on the mental health warrior break, I've been talking about giving back and helping. And I just thought that was an important subject to do because it's springtime, it's summer. You might have somebody who can't get the yard mowed, or maybe they can't get the car washed, or they just need something. And I talked about on Monday my friend Pepe, my Italian friend, that we've just become like two brothers since I've come out here. And I showed pictures of it, but his car was a mess. But in his defense, he's had a lot of personal things go on and a lot of strife in his life. And so I told him one day, I said, "Hey, Pepe, I want to take your car one day and I want to go wash it." I said, "We get free car washes on base." We really don't, but I just told him that. And not that it's expensive, because it's not, but almost free, but it's not free. But anyway, I told him it's free. Well, who cares, right? And so Sunday, I know Sunday he works all day long. He goes in at 10:30, doesn't get off till midnight. So Sunday he got into work at 10:30. I went and picked his car up, left him mine, and I brought his car to my house. And I spent the next 7 hours detailing the car. Now, in his defense, in Italy, they look at cars a little bit different than we Americans do, because their cars are just more utilitarian. Is to get the point A to point B and then back to A. And but for him, his daughter had dented the front end, and it was dirty and messy, and he was kind of embarrassed by it. But he just didn't have the time or money to clean it. And for me, being a car guy, I like to have my cars clean. And having ADHD has a little role to play in that, and how anally clean my cars are. But so I got his car to the house. I took everything out of it, and this car was immaculate when I got done with it. And still today, this is Sunday when I got done. I drove by the car today in the grocery store, because I drive by the restaurant he works at, and the car still looks new. It looks like a brand new car. But I'll give you some good examples of it. I'll pull up a picture here. So you can kind of see how dirty the wheels are, and the top was, he parked underneath the tree, so the top had a lot of mold growing on the red paint, and you really couldn't see the red paint. There you can see the wheels, super dirty. Just, it wasn't like a gross dirty. It was more like a just heavy use dirty. There's the floor mats and stuff. You can see the door jambs. I don't know if I don't be able to see the door jambs. Anyway, the door jambs are just as black as the rug inside. So I got the car to the house, and like I said, I got it all detailed, and I'll show you a couple of pictures of it here after I got it all detailed. Here's one picture I took. Now, I didn't take a picture before I did it, but here's a picture of the top. The top was completely black with mold and just growth, and had tree sap on it and all kinds of stuff. Now you can see it there. Hey Brian, how you doing today? You're not tardy. I always started early, but and then we're going to get into something here in a little bit after I finish talking about helping out. So this is a picture of, you remember the dirty wheel? So this is what it looked like when I was done. See how shiny the paint is on the car now? And then this is how the interior turned out. As you can see, it looks all brand new now. And so I waited until later in the night to take his car back, because I knew he wouldn't be busy or whatever, and I could park right in front of the restaurant. So about 9 o'clock at night, I took his car back and I parked in front of the restaurant where the owner, Antonio, was out there at Kinja. And he looked at the car and he's like, "What? Is that Pepe's car?" He was dumbfounded. That's how clean I got it. And I showed him the inside of it and stuff. But what I didn't say is, when his daughter dented the front end, I was able to fix it. And so the dent's not there anymore. Now he's missing the trim piece, but we'll try to find the trim piece. But the dent's not there no more. And let's see, I think I have a picture of the front. Let's see. Yeah. So if you look at this side of the bumper, you see you have the red inlet. That's just a plastic snap-on piece. So on the driver's side, the bumper was pushed in, and then the bottom of the black fender here was pushed out. And so I was able, because it was warm that day, to stick my hand between the fender well, slide it in there, and I was able to manipulate that bumper and push it back out again, the plastic. And so it came out perfect. It's just like the accident never happened. And so, of course, I detailed the engine, I detailed everything. And so I take it back, and he's a little bit busy, but not super busy. So I sat outside. I gave him the keys back. He gave me my keys. And I said, hey, I want to have a beer. And I said, when you get a chance, I want to show you your car. I wish I would have. I set my phone down on the table and I didn't think about it. But the look on his face, yeah, well, what? Yeah, I know. It was a good thing I did. I know. The look on his face was just, it was, he couldn't believe it. He didn't understand why I did what I did. And mainly I did it because he drives me around and he takes me to places and helps me out as I'm learning the ropes here in Italy. But he wasn't expecting his car to look that way, to look that good. And as I showed it to him, he was like, "Oh, Mamma Mia," doing the Italian hand gestures, and he just couldn't believe it. And so I showed him the car, the interior. Of course, it smelled good. I cleaned it, put Febreze in it, and popped the hood, showed him the engine, showed him the dent that wasn't there no more. And it was funny because then I sat back down and he got busy. But the moments when he wasn't busy, Italians eat late, so but he was taking people out to show him his car. And he was very proud of his car instead of being embarrassed by it now. And, I did that and I talk about it for a couple of reasons. One, when you're going through a lot of bad stuff and you just don't think anything's ever going to get better, and every day you're reminded of the same thing. Your apartment looks the same, your car's dirty, you go to the same job, you have the same pain, you have the same thoughts, and you just don't know how to break that. And now, because I decided to, help him out for all the help that he's given me, it completely changed his life and his perspective. He told me the other day when we were driving around going to the suit shop that this car wasn't even this clean when he bought it years ago. He's never seen it so clean. And so now it's a point of pride for him. And so you could just see that he was just different. And sometimes just the smallest act of kindness can break the chain of the bad that somebody's having. And that's what I've been talking about this week. Is it doesn't have to be anything big. You don't have to give thousands of dollars or buy a house or do anything like that. It could just be something so simple and just changes somebody's perspective in a completely different way. And it just makes them, he showed that car to it. I guarantee you there's people that seen that car that he's never shown it to, and now he's shown it to everybody. And his wife was absolutely amazed by it. She couldn't believe how clean it was and everything that was done to it. I'm sure when his daughter comes home from Germany for college, she'll be excited to not see the dent there no more. Because, what I know about her daughter, I'm sure she felt bad about that. And so it was just something that, just a little something. It's like, I had the extra couch here. We have the love sacks, which, if you know anything about love sacks, they're modular furniture. We had one couch in here, one couch in the other living room. And our neighbors downstairs, they're getting ready to leave and go to Singapore from Italy. They're going to Singapore, being stationed there. I think she has five kids. Five kids. Well, here, when you move out, when you get ready to PCS, they come and they load out and they take all the furniture. But then they have loaner furniture they bring back into the house, so you have it. Well, they didn't have any couches. And so they were just sitting on the floor in the living room. And you know how, first of all, PCS is stressful. Any military family knows this. It's not as much. I don't care how much you plan for it. I don't care how much you think you know it, how many times you've done it. It's stressful. And when you travel with kids, and everybody knows this, who's a veteran or who's still serving, it's stressful. And of course, she's got back problems, and her husband's getting ready to leave. And so Crystal and I, we tore the couches apart. We took it downstairs, and I said, "Hey, it's no problem. We can set up in 15 minutes." They didn't believe it, but now they believe. They want to buy a love sack now. But and we set it up, and now the kids can lounge on the couch. They can relax, and she was so thankful for that. Just the ability to walk into an apartment. It's a little chaotic because all the stuff's gone. You got loaner stuff there, but just to be able to sit on the couch, relax, have a glass of wine, visit with the kids, whatever it is that they're doing down there. And so I guess I did 2 small acts of kindness this week. But that's just how I am. I always think that if I can help somebody, I'm going to try to help them in any way I can. And it was, I just thought about this. So there is a Mini Cooper bronze colored convertible one that sits out in the parking lot. Oh, sits out over there in the parking lot, at the overflow lot. And it's wrecked in the front end, and the piece of trim was bent up. It's plastic, it was bent up. And I've seen this bent up for months. And since they were moving, I had to move my car over to the overflow lot so they'd have space for the movers to get stuff in and out. Because our parking spot's right in front. So for 2 days, I looked at this Mini Cooper, and I don't know who owns it. I've never seen anybody drive it. Somebody owns it because I see it move, but I don't ever see the people that own it. I don't know who owns it. And it was hot that day. It was in the mid 80s, and it's black piece. So I just went out there, and I grew up in a body shop. I worked on cars, so to me it's no big deal. And just manipulated it and snapped it back in place. It's not perfect, but you don't notice it as much anymore. And so if you didn't, I mean, there's a dent in the metal, but I'm not going to do all that. But I don't even know if they even noticed it that I even, fixed it and snapped it back in. It took like 5 minutes. It's like fixing Pepe's dent in his front car. It literally took me 5 minutes to fix. I don't know. Maybe I need to volunteer at the self-help shop there and help people fix their minor stuff on their cars or something. I don't know. But, it's just the random acts of kindness. It's just doing something different, because not only are you helping somebody else, I think too it makes you feel better about yourself. I think you get a sense of satisfaction out of it. I mean, I don't ask for anything. I would never accept anything. But to me, it just makes me feel good. And I'm telling you right now, Pepe's car was so dirty, but to me, it was so satisfying every time I got like a real dirty spot clean, or I cleaned the dash in 4 different times. I mean, I scrubbed the whole interior with a toothbrush. I got a set of toothbrushes that I use on the interior. And so his whole inside, it's green, so the green screen's picking it up, but you can see it there. So that's the size of the toothbrush I used to clean the whole car with, the inside of it. And it was just satisfying to me. I just enjoyed it, and it just kind of made my day. So you know what? So if you're thinking about it, or if you can, hey, we're all brothers, sisters, keepers. Money's tight nowadays. And I don't, if you don't have money to give, you can give your time. You can go help somebody. If you have an elderly neighbor and they can't keep the yard mowed, grab your kids and go over there and mow their yard, or at least ask them if they need mowed, or take them to the grocery store, or, just ask the question. I guess that's the main part of it. You never know until you ask. And, I think that it's really good. It makes you feel good. So that was my week so far. But there's going to be lots of postings coming on this weekend, because I'm going on my first Irreverent Warrior hike. We're going to leave out Friday. It's about a 7.5-hour train ride from here. It's up in Trieste, Italy. So super excited about that. Lynn talks about the Irreverent Warrior hike, and I'm on the group chat now with everybody that's going there. And a lot of people flying in from the States. So it's going to be fun. It's on Saturday. It's going to be fun. I think I do about 8.3 miles, they said. Not too bad. I do about 10 to 15 miles a day, give or take, some days more. Yeah, you got toothbrush, Brian. You got to get done. You know what? I do the same thing to my Mustang. I have multiple different types of toothbrushes, not really toothbrushes, but they're detailed brushes, but the same preferences. About the size of a toothbrush, a little bit bigger. The bristles a little bit longer. But so the river hike is going to be a lot of fun. They're going to start out at an old castle up there, and then from there going to hike. And so I'm really looking forward to it. Lynn talks about it. She's very big into it. And so it's going to be a lot of fun. Yeah, I did post videos about me cleaning it with a toothbrush. Sure did. And so it's going to be a good time. And so I'll have lots of footages and stuff. And but something else happened to me that wasn't so good. And so I want to talk about that, because I did a show on it, and it's just something I think I need to put out there. So if you guys remember a couple episodes back, I did a show on cell phones, on what to do if you think your cell phone's been hacked, or I just kind of had a better safeguard your cell phone, and I played a really good video I found on YouTube about it. It was about 6 minutes. I shared that, and we played it. Well, I have an iPhone 13 Pro Max. I did have, and that's the one that messed up. And I originally thought my phone was hacked, but it wasn't, because apparently, and if you have an iPhone 13 or 13 Pro Max, please listen to this, because apparently the issue with them is they randomly will shut down for no reason. And so that's what happened to mine that morning. Of course, I thought I was hacked, but I wasn't. So when your phone fills up, and I do a lot of videos and stuff, and sometimes I forget to delete stuff, but when your phone gets roughly within 20% of being full, it starts goofing up those phones. And I'm just estimating 20%, because that seemed to be right around the time mine started to have problems after the fact. So when I finally got my phone working after the first time, I was keeping an eye on stuff, making sure I deleted stuff. Well, I downloaded a new program, Power Director, to help me edit my videos that I've been doing for the mental health break. I've been deleting the videos off my phone, but not out of the app, and it filled up my memory, and my phone crashed, completely crashed, out of the blue. 1 second it's working fine, next second, nothing. And so I immediately stuck in airplane mode. I deleted some stuff, and then I thought, okay, now it's time to reboot. But when I rebooted my phone, it would only go to the Apple icon and never came out of that for 36 hours. And so today I was going through all the different troubleshooting procedures. You push the up button quickly, push the down button quickly, the volume button, and then the power off button, the main button. You do this one, you push this one for a second, this one for a second, and then you hold this one down, and then the icon will disappear and come back, and then you let go. That's a soft reboot. I did that, didn't work. They said, try it again. I did that, didn't work. It was just stuck on the Apple icon. I thought, okay, I'll let the phone go dead, plug it back in, charge it. That didn't work. And so I went through all these different troubleshooting procedures before I went to go buy a new phone. And so I did get the new phone. I got the iPhone 15, but I got 512 instead of 256. Anyway, forget about that. So I went through all the procedures, and still nothing. And I found one video on YouTube, and they went through all the different trouble, and they pretty much said that if you get to the end, then you have to do a factory reset completely. So it wipes everything off the phone, load on. So what's going on with these iPhone 13s is somehow the files are getting corrupted when they're doing their updates, the security updates. I don't know how it's working. I don't know why it's affecting the 13s more than the other phone. But this is what I found out in the past couple of months. And of course, last 24 hours, because my phone crashed. And so I'm like, well, screw it. I'm just going to go get a new phone, which I did. And so if you have an iPhone 13 and you have an iPhone 13 Pro Max, make sure, all my stuff is backed up. So everything on my stuff was on the cloud. So I just have a couple of apps I have to go in and delete and re-add, because they didn't pull down from the cloud correctly. I don't know why that is. Facebook didn't, Messenger didn't. And some Instagram. It seemed like all the Facebook apps are the ones that didn't download right, because X downloaded right, True Social downloaded right, Rumble downloaded right. But anyway, so I got to delete those and add those back on. That's why I'm not answering the text messages tonight. So anyway, just be cautious, because we all have a lot of stuff on our phones. We do a lot of things on our phone. We have a lot of photos on our phones, and so make sure that your phone is backed up. Make sure that if it does start acting goofy, if you have an iPhone 13 or 13 Pro Max, go out there and watch videos on it. Just Google issues with iPhone 13 or 13 Pro Max, and shit will come up, because I had a whole bunch of stuff come up online. And just make sure your stuff's backed up. Make sure that you're if you have the cloud, that's backing up to the cloud, and it's doing it every least once a week, every 3 days, every 24 hours. Just have your stuff backed up. So luckily mine, went back and it reloaded everything on for a couple of days ago, because mine doesn't do it every day. So that was good. It sucks that I had to go buy another phone, but it happens. But at least I didn't lose none of my pictures. I didn't lose none of that, because on the cloud is backed up. So You should do that with everything. But if you have an iPhone 13 or 13 Pro Max, please Google, the issues with it, or with any iPhone, I guess. Just, I don't know anything about Samsungs because I never had them, but just check on it, make sure everything's going okay, make sure that you're not going to have any issues, because I would hate that, right? Because that's going to be stressful. Even though I knew what was going on with my phone, I was still stressed out about it. I was still upset about it. I didn't sleep well last night because I was thinking about all the things I got to do, and I got to go get a new phone. I got to, what if everything gets back up to the cloud correctly, and I go to pull it down. I'm missing this and missing that. How stupid am I not to, download my stuff on my computer or do this, or do that, blah blah blah. And yeah, hard copy all your numbers and your passwords. If you save your passwords, or if you have your iPhone automatically save your passwords, same with your computer. Oh, and here's nothing else. Your two-factor verification. If your phone crashes, I found this out the first time I crashed and I changed everything. I do my two-factor verification differently now, that they don't have to text my number or anything. I do an authenticator app and some other stuff that you don't necessarily have to have your phone to do. So look into that, because if you have the two-factor verification on, and one of how you verify is with your phone, your banking app or some other app, you won't be able to do it. And then what? Kind of makes things a little bit harder, a little bit more stressful. So, had the backup to the backup. And, we want everybody to be able to enjoy their summer and have fun and go out and do a lot of fun things and not have to worry about all this stuff. So let's just take care of it now. Just make sure your stuff's backed up, make sure your passwords are wrote down, make sure everybody knows where everything is. And that way you can enjoy your summer and have great fun. What do you say about that, Bull? Good idea? Those are good ideas. He's doing a pretty good co-host. He's not saying a whole lot. He's just hanging out. But he looks kind of cool on camera there. But, I want to say that, how do I want to say this? You ever had a thought pop in your head and it seemed to be really good, and then it slipped out of your head? I guess maybe when I walk out of the room, I'll catch it again and figure out what I was going to say, but whatever. But, as far as giving back or helping others, something else that you can do is, if you're still working and not retired, like I am, dig. Sometimes there's a lot of projects going on, a lot of different things. Maybe a coworker needs help, or maybe you have a coworker who, hey, Mr. Bull, what do you think about that? Well, I don't know. You're stupid for forgetting. So blah blah blah. But try to help out your coworkers. Try to help your friends. There's something simple out there that you can try to figure to go and do, and I just think if we concentrated that on a little bit more this week or so, I think you just make somebody's life a whole lot better, and just make things seem a little bit different. Make things seem a little bit better. Like Pepe, I'm sure he's happy. His car's staying clean. I drove by today, like I said, and I'm sure he's super excited about that. And I'm just wondering that when it gets dirty again, if he's going to ask me to clean it. What if I started something? Which I don't care. I would clean it. I just, I don't have my Mustang here to clean. But when I fly back to DC for the Emmy Awards, I'm going to fly out on the 19th. I'm going to come back on the 30th, but the Emmy Awards are on the 22nd. I already contacted Tom, so I'm going to go down and see my Mustang and give it a big hug and go burn some rubber in it and do some other stuff. So I'm excited about that. I'm excited to, I can say it. I miss it. I miss my Mustang. But I'm going to find me an old car here in Italy. I'm going to find me an old kind of eclectic car, and I'm going to kind of work on it, tinker on it here, and then I'm going to take it back to the States with me, and then I'm going to take it to shows with me along with the Mustang. I just think that'd be a lot of fun, right? But one thing about Europe, and anybody out there's listening who's ever been to Europe, they have so many different models of cars. It's D4D, or somebody says Dad, on the fender. This D Delta 4 Delta is a diesel. It's a little diesel Yaris 4-door. The thing gets amazing gas mileage. It'll probably run forever. It's a 2006. It's in great shape. And then we're getting ready to get a 9-passenger van for one of the neighbors. The neighbors downstairs are leaving. Just because somebody comes and visits and stuff like that, I got to have something bigger. But it's now this van I would take back because I convert it to an RV if I could take it back home. But it's a 6-speed diesel Renault turbo. I mean, why can't we get those in the state? And something else about Italian cars I've realized, or cars in Europe. Like the van, right? It's a Renault van. It's set up to seat 9, so it's got the bench seats, 1, 2, 3, through the back. Even the front seat's a bench seat, the second one, and third one. But here, they only build one frame, and so whether it's a commercial use van or whether it's a personal use van, it's all the same. Or it seems to be all the same. I may be wrong, but everything seems to be the same. And so it's very utilitarian. It's very matter of fact. It's made to last a long time. It's not made to fall apart. I mean, the interior of these vehicles have been the vehicles get passed around. They've been beaten, and they're still in good shape. I mean, look how clean Pepe's interior got. I mean, it's just different in how they. I'm not saying it's better. I'm just saying it's different, and they build things here to last a lot longer. Because as well as I do in the States, some cars you buy after 5 years they start having problems, and once they start having problems, you got to get rid of them. Of course, that's with any car, but they just seem to be build them just a little bit different. And even the airplanes, when you fly on a European airline, especially the Italian one, because that's the only one I've been on outside of Lufthansa, and they're kind of nice. But the Italian airlines, the seats and everything, they're bare bone minimal. I mean, literally, there's no frills on the seats. There's no extra padding. I mean, it's barely an upgrade from the web seats in the C-130. But the plane does this job. It gets you from point A to point B and back. So I just found that very interesting. And the whole flight attendant and the service completely different. Going through security is different. Going through customs a little bit different. And so it's just very interesting to see. And I've enjoyed my short time here and kind of learning the culture and learning about different stuff. And I think it's important. But even in your home state or where you're at, I guarantee you there's something there that you've thought about doing that you haven't done. And so why not do it? Why not go and do something different? Why you don't take a big trip? I mean, there's crap in Missouri I never went and did. And now that I don't live there anymore, when I would go back and visit, I'd go and do the old, stupid touristy stuff that I never thought about doing before. And I was like, why didn't I ever do this before? It's right down the street. Why not? Yeah, I'm going to try to get Pepe on the podcast. The problem is he works. I might have to switch and do a Monday special, see if I can get him to come. Or maybe Mondays the restaurant's closed, and back and go down there and do the podcast at the restaurant. That would be fun. But that's a good idea, Brian. I'll take that. I'll try to get that coordinated and figured out. But I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up. It's late. I'm tired. Bull's not saying much. Yeah, Slay's tired. Hey, watch for my video coming out soon. Don't miss it. Hey, what are you looking at? Hey, don't do it. Get back over here. Don't do it. After hours show, that's right. We can have drinks there and turn the lights down low, and there'll be a whole bunch of Italian people speaking Italian and English and translating. Might have to take Bull. Bull's going to become our new mascot. I might have to make a t-shirt with Bull on it. I have to make some more videos with him. But hey, sorry about that. Just, being a little lighthearted here at the end. But hey, just remember, the QR code up there in the left-hand corner for Reads Across America. You can donate. It's just $5 to ensure the reaches on the soldiers that have moved on and passed on. Just a great program that they do. And just like I said earlier, they do replay my podcast on Fridays at 8 p.m. and Sundays at 10 p.m. Super easy to find. Just download your favorite radio app, whether it's iTunes app or iHeartRadio app or Odyssey app. Search for Reads Across America Radio. Super easy to find. Let's see what Brian said. I blew coffee out my nose with the bull stuff. Yeah, the first video, that was pretty funny with him. And I got Hatchling here too. I didn't bring Hatchling on. He was up there. I got Hatchling and I got Hatchling's brother. So, I don't know. We'll figure out something. It'll be fun. But, also my book is still available out on my website at cliffordbauman.com. You go out there, you can order your book. I will personally sign it and get it to you. It is also available on Barnes & Noble, Amazon, or wherever you buy your books. But if you buy it through my website, I'll put my old John Hancock right here. Sign it, send it to you. You never know. I'm an Emmy nominee now. might have to raise the price of. No, I'm joking. I'll never do that. Actually, I've reduced the price. So it's actually a little bit cheaper than if you go on Amplify other, but shh, don't tell nobody. I can dictate the price of my books if I want. The ones I have. The ones they sell, they dictate them. I can't control that. I can only control what I control. But hey, be sure to go out and check out the merch at VeteranTrashTalk.com. Get your quit being a trigger pants. I'm going to wear this shirt, the Reverend Warrior hike. I just thought it'd be a good shirt to wear for the hike. So I'm going to throw that on and wear that. But hey, be sure if you got iPhone 13 or iPhone Pro Max, please Google issues with that phone because I don't want you to go through the same issues that I had. It's terrible. We got 4 pages down there. You're going to see the video after the show again. You always want to be prepared because you never know when a disaster is going to happen. And just like I always say, we are our brothers and sisters keepers. So, excuse me. Let's watch out for each other. Let's try to help each other out a little bit. And let's just, just do a little bit, something a little bit different. If anything, just shoot them a text. Ask them how they're doing. Be neighborly, knock on the door or yell at them over the fence or anything. Just to say, hey, you're doing okay. And Bo, what do you think about it? Oh, that's a good idea. Let's go check on Hatchley and see if he's doing okay. But hey, thanks for tuning in, guys. You guys have a great, wonderful weekend. It is Memorial Day weekend, and please, there's going to be, everybody knows the difference between Memorial Day weekend and Veterans Day. Please know you may have some friends out there who may be acting different. Obviously because they lost somebody and they're mourning their loss or their life or the time they had something different. And so just be mindful of that. It is an emotional time for a lot of my friends, veterans who've lost, their friends or buddies, and so just keep that in mind. If you don't know the difference between Memorial Day and Veterans Day, you can Google that too and figure it out because it is kind of important. But hey, everybody take care. You guys have a great week. Thanks for tuning in. Sorry it was a little bit earlier tonight, but I am tired. But you can always catch podcasts whenever you want to listen to them. But, there's always a podcast on Wednesday. The time just may vary. But everybody take care. Have a great weekend. Brian, thanks for all your comments and tuning in like always. And be sure to like and follow us on all of our social media, Facebook, Twitter, X, Instagram, True Social, wherever you get all your Rumble. I'm on Rumble now. So just, wherever you get social media, be sure to follow us. Just CliffordBauman.com. Just Clifford Bauman. You can Google that or Veterans Trash Talk. You can follow us on Facebook also. You see all of it, not only the Friday night show. You can see the Saturday show, which I was on. And if you watched the show on Saturday, it was quite a good show. But me and Buddy had a little after show because they put me in charge of shutting the podcast down. And I did one part right, but I didn't do the second part right. So you got an extra hour of the show that we had no idea that was playing. So that was kind of funny when we figured that out. But hey, if you don't laugh at yourself, who can you laugh at? But hey, anyway, thanks for tuning in to the Mental Health Warrior. Please have a great, wonderful, safe Memorial Day weekend. And please, if you're mourning a friend or a loved one out there and you're feeling kind of sad or lonely, feel free to reach out and talk to anybody if you need to talk to somebody. But hey, I'm signing off here. Everybody take care and have a great, wonderful week. Boy, you got anything to say? Yo, go drink a beer. Take care.
This is a food warning. The UN warns of an unprecedented global hunger crisis. In fact, it's predicted by 2030 that 800 million folks will struggle to feed their families, which means 2 dangerous things for you. Number 1, higher prices at the grocery store. Number 2, less food available. And when panic strikes, it will be chaos, making it even harder to get the food your family needs to survive. That's why it's vital, more than ever, to have a survival food stockpile. Introducing the deluxe 3-month survival food kit from 4 Patriots. It has 688 servings of meals for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, with delicious recipes like pancakes, mac and cheese, Aztec chili, and potato soup. They've even got spaghetti and lasagna. This isn't your typical survival food, and over 200,000 smart Americans agree. This is survival food that actually tastes good. But best of all, it's designed to last up to 25 years. You can stash it away and be confident that when a disaster strikes, you and your family will be ready. Go to 4patriots.com/VTT to get the deluxe 3-month survival food